Stanhope, what he might look like?
Yeah, we have actually got a picture. Well, yes, it is actually.
Has he got a moustache?
Not on this picture, no. Unfortunately not.
No?
The type of moustache is probably later Victorian.
Okay. Does anyone have a picture at home of Charles Stanhope? If you have, let us know. Get in contact in the way that Julian told us. Right, we're moving now to our fourth location, to the kitchen. It's situated on the ground floor to the rear of the building. Now, in the kitchen, a scullery maid has been seen here and around the castle, and rumours abound that she is the ghost of a girl who killed herself after becoming pregnant by the Earl's friend. And equipment in the kitchen is reported to switch on and off on its own, and locals believe that the sound of raindrops could be the ghostly maggots which used to fall from pheasants and from game hanging in the kitchen. All very nice indeed. But let's find out tonight what's happening in the kitchen.
Hi, as I say, we're here in the kitchen. Now, something very strange has happened to one of our riggers here. This is Ross. Now, Ross, just tell us exactly what happened to you. You all right?
Oh, it's quite strange. After the last set-up upstairs and by those boxes, I was getting quite warm. And everybody sort of left the rig position. We were just tidying it to come down. And I was the last one behind. And someone just grabbed my leg.
You're all right? You're shaking like a leaf.
I know. I'm sweating. I'm absolutely...
And you're absolutely sure?
I'm absolutely sure. You know when somebody's got your leg.
You felt a hand on your leg?
Yeah, on my leg.
And this was where we've just come from?
Where it was, just by those boxes, yeah.
You're right. So, how are you going to feel about being here when it's really dark later?
Job's got to be done, but...
Are you going to be able to go up on your own?
Yeah, I thought, well, yeah. I'll get myself together. That was strange. I mean,
You know. Are you okay now?
Yeah, fine, yeah.
You're all right? You're happy to continue?
Yes, yeah, I'm very hot though.
Okay. Yeah, you did. You're hot. Also, we've got Vicky, our new audience member. How are you feeling?
I'm fine, yeah.
Yeah? A bit shocked? Great stuff. Well, already some things are happening, which is quite remarkable. Now, Derek, how are you feeling? Because... flipping it. Sorry, it's Andy. How are you feeling? Because a lot of the audience members at home are actually... the audience at home are actually picking up on...
Okay, it's all right, Sylvie. It's okay. It's all right.
What's the matter?
Okay.
Right. We just had a load of stuff just come down there. There's no one about
yes,
there where we were.
Yeah.
Carl, where are you? Are you in front of the webcam, Carl? Carl, answer me back now. We've just had stuff thrown down from the steps.
Yeah.
Carl, can you hear me? Come in, Carl.
I can hear you. I'm standing right in front of the webcam with Cass.
Something's just thrown. What was it? What was it?
All it was stones. When I was sitting there, we heard the banging. So we'd just come out to make sure what was happening, then all of a sudden, and it was as if they'd just been slung. They're not just dropping down gently, they're just being slung down.
Yeah, listen, do you hear that above again?
Yeah, what's been thrown on the floor? We don't know, there's just stones. Where? Can you see it? Bits of plaster on the floor. It's just come
Yeah,
from there. But we heard a bang.
Just then, yeah, above. It was like on the railings, a bing.
But you
like a
came
thing.
through there so quickly. Tell me what you heard, Andy.
As well, you said, we were sitting there, we heard the banging, we heard what we thought was doors, so I was just coming out to make sure that everything was okay on that side, make sure that there was no one out on that front bit, and literally as I come out, it's just like, and it was just a couple, it was about 4 or 5 pieces just come slamming down, and that's why I just jumped back, because I wasn't expecting that, because I'd already checked up to make sure that was clear on that side.
Okay, now Kieran, what do you think?
I think we have to be very careful about interpreting this as poltergeist activity, because remember, we are in a derelict place. There are also people upstairs. I'm not saying it's going to be fraudulent, but we've got to be careful of the structure of the building. That's not some natural explanation.
What was thrown? Was it a stone or was it what?
Well, the thing is, there's no plaster.
Who's up there? Is that you, Carl? Who's up the stairs?
Who was it?
Who is it?
I just saw this
Can you hear me?
Hi, Carl.
I'm in front of the webcam.
Who's that?
Which webcam, love? Webcam 2. You're in front of webcam 2, yeah? Give us a location where you are, love.
Atrium.
Okay, you're in the atrium. Okay, so you're not anywhere near these stairs, so no one could have moved and thrown any... Did you hear what was going upstairs?
Somebody's on the stairs.
Yeah. Are you all right?
Yeah, there was a big bang up there.
Tell me what you heard.
It sounded like boxes had fallen over or something like that.
Okay. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right. Let's go back in, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, we're just going to go back in. Everybody all right?
Yeah.
Vicky, you all right?
I'm fine, yeah.
Yeah?
Are you okay? You all right?
Hello, Carl, are you trying to get hold of me?
Yeah, okay. All right.
sure it's not loose masonry or anything?
Yeah, it's all right. We've just checked it out. We're back in the kitchen now. We're going to talk to Derek. So, Derek, you all right?
Yes, I am, yes. That what's just happened, although I wasn't in that area, that was definitely, in my opinion, okay, a spirit person, if not spirit persons, actually picking up debris, what have you, and, you know, throwing it down in our direction. I mean, we've got to think, you know, Karen, we're here for the investigation to see and what have you, and I think they're responding. I really do. And it's not, I don't feel in a bad way, because, you know, I don't feel that they're aiming this sort of stuff at us. It's like we're asking, so they're trying to respond.
They're going to do it. So I think everybody that's here, you know, to keep their eyes and ears open, because I'm feeling this is quite good, and hopefully more will happen. Yeah. We're really excited here, David. I mean, a lot of stuff is happening. It's fantastic.
Thank you. What is going on over there? Ross, the rigger, someone grabbed his leg, someone or something threw something down the stairs. What are the secrets in Elverston Castle? We'll find out after this break. Welcome back to Most Haunted Live. There are so many locations out there at the castle, it's hard to know where to go next. Let's go and find out from Yvette right now. Yvette.
Hi, everybody. Yeah. It's been quite confusing because things have been happening. I just want to find out from Carl how he's doing. Carl, how are you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Yvette. It's been quite strange up here. We've moved to the atrium. We heard a noise and open and shut while we've been there. Which is further up some stairs, and we think we've seen something walk past the door.
Oh. Well, Carl, we're definitely going to come and join you after we've been here in the kitchen, but we're going to stay in the kitchen for a little bit here, okay?
Fantastic. Thanks a lot.
Okay. All right, Vicky? Yeah? Okay. So, Derek, you said when we were on the break that you were being joined by another male spirit. Who would that be?
Absolutely. I've got this... it was with me for a little while, and I've got this authoritative figure. Now, when I say authoritative, I feel as if I'm looking at people working, and you know, with a stern eye, but not saying anything. I was taking his vibrations on, and I feel that he, in this area, ground floor, he would be an overseer of people, and I feel also, when I got that energy, is if, although we're in a kitchen, I can smell, or I could smell leather. I could also, I was aware of, forgive the words, horse fragrance of, you know, manure. Yeah. And I feel this man must have worked around all these conditions, maybe tended horses, what have you. But I feel he, in actual fact, before we come into this kitchen, I felt the expression of a spirit person behind me, walking behind me.
And this would be he?
Most definitely.
So who is he then? Can you try and see if Sam can give you a name?
This, yeah. Okay. I was asking quietly, Sam, and he was the one that was giving me the mental impressions. Okay. Oh, thank you. Bless you. Okay. He's in service. He's in service for the ale. Go on, more. A bit more, Sam. Yeah. Okay.
Who moved that? Is somebody outside that door? What? You joking me?
Honestly.
You okay? It's okay.
Here behind us.
Did anybody hear a shuffle? Because I heard a shuffle. Did you hear? Did no one else hear it? It was like, but you were all standing still, but it was like a, but not as loud as that, obviously.
Henry, this is the soul. Henry? Is that first name? Or surname? Henry, it's first name, okay? Okay, is that what he's saying? He is around here. Yes? He only takes orders from Earl, and then he keeps on saying, Lester, Lester, Lester! What does that mean, Sam? He's his governor. He's his governor. Henry, he's the one that has been, do I say that way? Following our trail. I feel he'd be the one that's been moving things.
So Henry?
Henry.
Okay. You should see if we can get a surname with Henry.
See, please, Sam. Bartlett.
Henry Bartlett.
Am I pronouncing this properly? Bartlett.
Is he in the room now?
I feel his energy has come in.
Can you see an energy? Can you see a form?
No, I feel he's concealing this. You see...
Sorry, Sally, just explain exactly what it is you saw. What's the matter?
No, I thought you saw something behind you.
No.
I saw like a shadow go right across you, like, but quickly.
Behind me?
But there's no sources of light in here, so I don't know how that can be. But I saw like a black thing just go whoosh.
How do you feel?
Could be his energy.
I feel it's really spooky in here, actually.
Yeah?
I don't like it.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So Henry Bartlett.
Henry Bartlett. And Sam has said that he's absolutely, it's like as if anything that Lester requires, Henry is there for him. And I feel he would have had some kind of...
Sorry.
It's my hand, sorry, Livy. And
I'm so sorry for my bad language. Sorry. Oh dear.
I feel there was a bit of a fear factor with this, how can I put it, this man's supervision, even to the females, the ladies who were in service, I feel, because I'm getting that group condition, and I don't feel he was adverse to shout, you know.
Okay.
No, I don't feel evil, but shout and get angry, but I want standards.
Okay.
I want standards.
Carl, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
How's it going up there?
We've just been into one room, we've had a door shut behind us, and we've had one shut more or less in front of us.
Okay, David, what I would like to do now...
Strange noises too.
Okay, what I think is a good thing, and I think everybody at home would probably agree, and everybody in the audience, is I think we should go exactly where Carl and Kath are, because there seems to be a lot of stuff happening. You all right, Vicky? What's the matter? Door opening. It's all right, okay. So it's back to you in the hub while we reposition to go upstairs. Is that okay? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you do exactly what you want, Yvette. You're the ones out there.
We'll go off there now. Okay, we'll go up there now, because a lot of stuff's happening.
Yes,
Everybody all right? Vicky?
Whilst you do that, let me just go and pick up with Richard Felix. Henry Bartlett, the name that Derek came up with.
Yes, haven't got a clue. I would imagine from the sound of things that he was some form of valet or manservant to one of the Earls, and he mentioned Leicester, and Leicester Stanhope was actually 5th Earl of Harrington. So he's got Leicester right. And I would imagine it's his servant or something like that.
I also loved Derek's turn of phrase, horse fragrance.
Wonderful, isn't it?
I've never heard it called that before.
I know what he should have said, but...
Yeah, thank you very much indeed. Anything else from you, Richard Jones? Have you got anything else that you can shed there?
Nothing as yet, but we're working on it.
So, David Wells, what do you make so far of... you know, when we do these shows, sometimes not very much happens and then sometimes an awful lot happens. In your experience, is that often the case?
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, I sometimes rest on my astrological background as well with this. The phases of the moon, the full moon's clearly a fantastic time. The new moon, which we just come out of, great time. Dark moon's not so great. It's a very difficult time. We've actually looked at some of the series and gone through them, and the full moon shows fantastic activity. But tonight, remember, the sun is at its highest point, very important, and all around the world people celebrate the solstice. And they do that in, you know, pagan rituals, Christian rituals, St. John the Baptist feast of, and that creates energy.
But why would the paranormal activity be at its highest at solstice?
I think it's the sun is at its highest point. The sun is, where would we be without the sun? It's the greatest point of energy, so therefore there's energy from that. And this vortex of energy caused simply by so many people concentrating on paranormal events.
So you're not surprised at what we've seen tonight so far?
Not at all, no.
Are you surprised, Matthew?
Not at all. My experience on this show has been that things always happen. My only point of issue is how you interpret them. So again, we've got the boxes moving on apparently on their own. We've got things falling down, doors opening and closing. You know, it's
a
gripping
regular
stuff.
night out,
It's
really.
regular night out, yeah. But again, we need to see when the crew gets up there to see whether or not those things continue and whether we can capture some of this stuff on camera as well.
So, will Matthew Smith be convinced? We'll find out in a few minutes' time. It really doesn't get much stranger than this programme. We are at Elverston Castle tonight. So much has happened already in the show. And in the break, I was just talking to a gentleman who has quite an interesting story. Let's go and find out what that is. Because... Where have you gone? Because you have quite an interesting story for me, don't you?
Yes, Jeff, that's been picked out on the earlier crowd. Had a premonition in the
So hang on, one of the guys who was picked out to go and join our investigators.
Yes.
Yes.
He actually said that he had a premonition that he was going to be picked tonight. We've never met tonight at all, and we swapped addresses because he wants to actually go to a location that's near to us. So it's pretty scary.
Are you a believer or a non-believer?
I'm a skeptic.
Still?
No, not really. I'm swaying that way.
Are you really? Okay. Thank you for that amazing story tonight. Let's find out what else is going on, because this psychometry that we talked about with David Wells earlier on is about to take place. Julian, you've got more information for us.
Yeah, David, thank you very much. Now, here is the key that we asked you to think about earlier on with our psychic experiment on the text, and now a psychometric experiment with David Wells. Now, David, you've already touched this a little bit earlier, and I have to say, I met David outside the car in the tent here, and you were really upset, weren't you?
Yeah, I was, just for a change. Yeah.
No, well, you were.
Yeah, I was. I took the key, because obviously you need some quiet time, there's lots of things going on. So I actually took it into my car to get some peace and quiet and sit with the key for a while, and it actually made me cry.
You came out of the car in floods of tears.
Yeah,
I mean, it was extraordinary. Yeah.
Twice this week, yeah.
So you're holding... Look, he's already...
I'm already nervous.
Yeah.
Well, what I got from the key initially, when it was first handed to me, was that it doesn't live at the location that we're at tonight. Initially, he said to me, you know, don't live at the location. Then when I sat with it and tuned into it, the first thing is a female energy. And also there was a tassel hanging, felt there was a tassel hanging from the key. The problem with keys, of course, is you don't, like jewellery, you don't have them with you all the time. So someone touches it, leaves it, touches it, leaves it. So the residual energy is actually quite low. But what I did get from it, and what upset me, was the woman that was involved with this key, whether she owned it or not. As a woman and a man, there's a love story involved in this. A love story, and it was the heartbreaking separation of the love story that really got to me. And all I saw was feminine hand unlock, male hand unlock. And I think there's a secret liaison.
Well, that interestingly, as viewers have been seeing, the trend is the actual key is the key to the front door of the Gothic Hall. It was given to Derby County Council in 1968, and it's thought to date from the Edwardian era, 1902 to 1908-ish. But our texters are saying, and callers as well, they think there's another story to this, and it's much older. I mean, here's one. Jennifer James from Lawton says it's 500 years old, for example, and there's something going on with it.
There is definitely a secret involved to this key. This key's been passed from male to female as it's traced, and I think this woman that Derek picks up on is associated with it, definitely.
David, thank you, and the viewers agree with you. David Wells, thank you very much. Back to David Bull.
Thank you very much indeed. David, just come over here for a second, because what I want you to do is to tell us about last night we did the psychometry with the hanging, drawing, quartering piece of wood, and you told me something happened after we finished the show last night. One of our crew moved it. What happened to him?
Well, he picked it up to just put it out the way while everything was tidied up, and he felt the same as I felt. He felt very, very tearful. And he couldn't really understand. Believe me, he's not what you call a wilting flower. Yeah, he's a big boy. And he approached me and said, you know, what should I do about this? What happened to you? And actually, when I got back after the filming, I went to my room and cried for about 10 minutes. See, happening. Yeah. because it was such a distressing piece of kit. And I said to him, what you have to do is you have to go and cry because you'll be in the queue at Tesco's, you'll find that you've got the wrong tin of soup and it'll all come out and they'll think you're mad. It's got to come out somewhere. It's got to come out.
Oh,
let it out.
Thank you very much, David. Now, you are going now to the castle where you're going to prepare for tonight's séance. OK, ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause as he goes off to the castle. Well, it's time to move to our next location now. It's the atrium. It's situated on the upper floor, forming a glass conservatory in the roof. There is the 3D image of it. The atrium actually was formerly the orchid room, which must have been a very grand sort of room with ornate decorations and also huge boilers to keep the temperature hot and humid. Lots of paranormal sightings in there. Let's see what we can uncover tonight.
Well, we've not been here very long, but already Kath and I think Andy and Carl, you all, tell us what you heard. Hang on, Kath, we need to get round to you with the sound.
It was a moan. I heard a moan and asked Andy, I said, what did you hear something? He said, yeah. And he said it was a moan. And Ray also heard it too. He thought it was us two.
Okay, tell me what you heard, Andy.
It was like we said, it was just the moan that's come from behind us, because we was all overlooking on that position. Okay. And as you said, we heard the moan.
What, it's just like a man's moan?
Yeah, it was like a man's moan. It's just like down that corridor, just to the left or to your right as you're looking at it.
And Carl, tell us exactly when you were up here with Kath, you came up here and had a little bit of a walk around. What sort of things were you hearing up and around here, and where do you think they came from?
Well, Kath and I first, we thought we saw something in this doorway here from down by the webcam. We came up and started to walk down the corridor. We went to one of the rooms and a door slammed, which was behind a door where we were. We were both standing next to each other. A door just slammed shut. We looked further into the room and there was this door sort of hanging half open. We started to come out the room and a door slammed right behind us, which kind of scared both of us a little.
You was more scared.
Okay, I was a little bit more scared than Kath at that particular point.
All right. Well, what do you want to do? Do you think it'd be a good idea, Derek? For which direction would you like to go in? Do you want to stay here for a little while? Do you want to go to the right? Do you want to go to the left? Where do you want to go?
Well, my preference, the feelings would be to go in that direction.
All right. Should we have a slow walk down there? Be careful because there are some stairs. Everybody, please be careful. All right. We'll go first, and then John, do you want to follow on? Now, where we're heading is to actually towards the webcam that is positioned on the chair. And funnily enough, Carl actually walkie-talkied up to us when we were in a break, and apparently there is a label on the chair. But if you can still see us on the webcams, we're just passing you now. There's a label on the chair, and apparently it was fluttering like it was in a breeze, but there is no breeze. Okay, can you see us on the webcams? Crew, can you wave at the webcams? There you are. Okay, everyone. Right, okay, Derek. This is a lot of activity has been reported in this area.
Yes.
On this upper level.
Yes.
Now, you mentioned downstairs in the kitchen that it could possibly be this Henry Bartlett that you'd mentioned.
I firmly believe it is in his movements around, yes, I do.
Any particular... Do you feel that he's still listening to us? Do you feel he's around?
All evening, Ivy, there's been listening. He is here. Spirit people's listening to us, interested, following us around, actually. Again, I want to point out where the name Henry, that personality, that spirit person is concerned, I don't feel in any way, shape or form that this person is a bad, dark, evil sort of person, just a person that is probably way, way interested that this team, we're all here. I'm wondering what the heck we're getting up to.
All right, well, what do you think about this? Why don't we be really, really quiet? Everybody stand still, do not move. John, are you happy with your shot? Because I don't want you to move or even make a noise. Sure. Nobody move. And shall we ask out and see if anything happens, Kieran? Yes, that'd be a good idea. If we hear noises, bangs behind you or anything, let us know. If anybody at home sees anything on the webcams while we're talking and being quiet, please let us know. Okay. So we concentrate really hard.
Yes.
Henry Bartlett, can you hear my voice? If there's any spirit here in the room or in this castle that can hear my voice clearly, can you make a noise? Can you open and close a door? Can you move something? Can you do something at all? Anything at all to let us know that you are here and you can hear my voice? Can you hear my voice? Anybody here at all? We're just going to be really quiet now for a minute, okay? Anything, Derek?
Not yet.
Nothing?
Not at this moment, Evie. Can we just focus on the label on the chair again?
Why?
Put my torch on it. Is it moving?
Okay, the label's moving on the chair. Can you see it moving?
That moved a lot earlier.
Yeah.
You can see that moving. Is there a very big draft or anything, Kieran?
We need to be very careful because obviously there are some external doors that are open. So we just need to make sure that it's not a draft.
Is it still moving? I can't see it.
Yes?
Slowly.
That's me, that's me.
Alright,
I just
alright,
moved,
okay.
that's all my fault, that's okay.
Okay. I'm just seeing if there's a draft. I mean, it is... There doesn't seem to me... I'll put my hand near here. All I can feel is cold. It's like it's cold.
Yeah.
But there's no draft.
It's about 6 degrees colder here than it was down in the kitchen.
That's weird. There is no draft.
Yes. That could be, you know, accountable to this for the, you're talking about stuff happening here, psychically, spiritually. It could be that at this point, like we found in many, many investigations, a vortex, okay? A vortex, entry, exit, and you're going to get this experience.
Well, I can tell you now, the reason, you have no idea, Derek, but this chair has been known to move. That's why it's here. When it's positioned, it's left for a while, people will come back and it will be in a completely different position. And the people that work here say they have never touched it, so we've left it where it is. But it's interesting, there's no draft, but the label is just fluttering away.
And additionally, we've left it specifically here with the webcam on it.
Yes, that's
so
why.
That people can see if anything's
So if anybody at
moving.
home sees anything at all, you must let us know. I think what we should do is move back up that way to where we were and to where Carl and Kath were earlier, because I think they reported on quite a lot of activity. So let's go back up that way.
Okay.
What I'm hoping for is, you know, it's typical that, you know, hello, can you see us on the webcam? Hello. They've heard bangs, doors opening and closing, and I want to catch it on camera.
Love it.
You know, and you know, there is going to be a séance here later on, and I don't know about you, but I'm thinking this is a really good location for something to happen. And you know, I'm really hopeful that we're going to catch something on camera. Okay. All right. Should we keep moving down that way? Yeah, Carl? There. Where, do you tell me, Carl, where you saw, where did you see the noises? See the noises. Hear the noises.
We heard the noises down here. That's where Kath and I heard them.
God, that's dark.
That looks pretty scary.
Oh my God, I don't like that at all.
Mine was the steps there.
Oh, yeah.
Mine was steps.
Everybody all right? Everybody okay? Derek, if you pick anything up, just say.
Right away, have you?
It's this room. I'll show you what.
Oh! Whoa!
It's okay.
All right, is everybody okay?
Yeah. Fine, thanks. We're all safe.
All right.
There's another steps coming up.
Guys, watch the steps. Okay.
That's the door.
Okay.
Kath and I were standing here.
Here you are, John.
Yeah.
That's
Kath and
the
I were
door.
standing at this door. And that's what shut. This was
opened when we were standing right there.
Okay. We're going to reposition now to the graveyard. We're going to go outside to the graveyard. This is a truly fascinating location, it really is. And whoever end up coming and doing the seances later on, they're going to have a fantastic time, I'm absolutely sure of it. We're going to repo to the graveyard. David, it's back to you.
Thanks very much. So as you heard, they're off to the graveyard. Well, the graveyard is situated in the churchyard of St Bartholomew's Church, which is within the grounds of the castle. And the grave is Kathleen Emily. She's a widow of the 9th Earl of Harrington Dudley Henry Eden. She was actually not buried with the family. Her grave is said to be facing the wrong direction. And a white lady has been seen wandering around the graveyard, reading the headstones and muttering to herself. Could that be Kathleen Emily, who's unsettled because she was not buried with the rest of the family? The world's largest ghost hunt continues after this break, and we will find out. Welcome back to Most Haunted Live. I am absolutely loving tonight, and I know our audience here are as well. We're having a great response as well to this summer solstice special investigation into the paranormal activity right here in Derby. To tell us more about what you're saying at home, here's Julian.
Thanks, David. Well, as ever, things happen at home on Most Haunted Live. Hannah in Basildon has emailed us via the website to tell us that when she saw the orb on the screen, all the lights in her house went out. Alistair Lord from Thirsk has reported he's getting 2 names connected to the location that will be in contact with Derek. He will talk or feel a presence of an Elizabeth and an Edward, interestingly. And also, this one, Tracy in Northants says that around about 10 to 11, she spotted the figure of a man standing by the wall in the bedroom. She also says that the figure is still there. This is on webcam 4, the bedroom webcam, though he remains stationary and small black tennis ball objects are now circling him. So thank you very much for that. Jane's over here. I ought to say this is Jane's last night on Most Haunted Live, and we're going to miss her terribly. So Jane, thank you for looking after Interactive for us. What have you got for us?
Well, at 10:50, 40 people saw an orb in the graveyard. We're going to check that on the webcams and play it back to you if it's true.
Right.
And at dead on 11 o'clock, there were tens of viewers seeing strange figures in the Gothic Hall. Near the fireplace, a dark man with a beard, a young boy holding Teddy, 2 men in a uniform, and a man with a crown. So.
Right, okay.
We'll look at that tape again, and there's something there we'll show you.
Keep us posted. And I can tell you already we've beaten the record for the number of texts on Most Haunted Live. We've had 50,000 texts already. We're still quite a way to go before the end of the show. So it's just brilliant. Thank you very much indeed. Also, thank you to around about 20 past 11 the time now to, I think it was a member of the audience who bought us a football cake. All the team have got little football cakes as England has beaten Croatia 4-2 tonight. Round of applause. Thank you for the cake. So we're going to eat these. I'll try to eat. Oh, very nice. That's lovely. David, back to you.
Yeah. I can't believe you just done that. You should never speak with your mouth full.
No.
Dirty boy, dirty boy.
England colours, look. Red and white. Lovely. Thank you. Very good.
Have you finished?
Yeah.
Yeah. And also, please don't forget, Julian, your competition, yes, you want people to text in as well?
We want people to text in on that. And, of course, the prize is 6 pairs of tickets to come to the next Most Haunted, which we can now reveal is in September. We're not giving the exact date, and where it is still a mystery, David.
Thank you very much indeed. OK, well, we're now into the 9th hour of our investigation here into Derby. It is the world's largest live ghost hunt, and it has been a fantastic few nights. Matthew Smith, what do you make of it so far?
I think it's fantastic, and I think also, I mean, it's a rare opportunity to be able to get this number of people, both here obviously tonight and the people at home, involved in this kind of investigation. Weird things happening. Again, there's still time for more to happen. We're going to have this séance. I'm looking forward to it.
And in terms of the séance, again, how important is that to you in terms of trying to have more of an objective view of what's going on?
I'm quite keen that, I'm quite pleased that I'm not actually involved in it, because it allows me at least to be able to observe and, make any comments based from watching rather than taking part. I think it's also important to note for people watching at home and those that will be, anybody that will be taking part, is that, a séance is meant to be an attempt by some mediums, some psychics will attempt to use this kind of setting to kind of communicate, to open up a channel to communicate. So not necessarily trying to invoke spirits or anything like that. It's just another method of perhaps communicating.
Fantastic. Well, we look forward to that, of course, a little later on. Right, it's time to go to our next location. This is the graveyard. Let's have a look at where we are going. OK, this is the 3D image of it. This will show you. There it is, the graveyard. And that is where Yvette, Derek and the rest of the team have now relocated to. Let's go over now and join them.
Hi, we're here in the graveyard and we've been joined by Jeff. Now that's weird, isn't it, the story about the premonition?
That's right.
That is really peculiar. And you just had a dream and knew that you were going to be picked?
That's right, yeah, I did, yeah.
How do you feel?
I thought, I'm privileged to be here today. I just felt before I came here that I'd be actually on the show.
And David's obviously asked you this as well, hasn't he?
That's right, yeah.
Well, we're here in the graveyard. Not a particularly pleasant place to be as we're heading towards the midnight hour. So let's walk through into this particular area because, I mean,
Before we do that,
yeah.
I think it'd be a good idea if I go off to the seance room now and set up some equipment,
Yes.
if that's all right, and you just keep me posted on what's going
All right,
on.
well, you go off there and we'll keep you posted.
All right,
then,
cheers.
off you go. Yeah, Kieran's got some equipment that he has to set up in readiness for the seance. So we'll walk on through now into the graveyard. So come on then, Jeff. Okay. Now, Derek, I'm going to sort of start asking you to...
Yes.
If you're picking up on anything in particular as we're coming to a certain position.
Okay.
And I want you to give me some of the details. Now we can walk over this bit here.
Yes.
Can you see? Straight in
Yes.
front of you. Just
In
walk
here.
over. Yeah, you can. You can just walk straight over there.
Okay.
You all right, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. Everybody all right? Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Oh.
They can see us on the webcam as well. Okay.
Well, you know what I'm very aware of now?
What?
As we've just come into this section, which has like opened it up here for me. There's a lady's energy that is... She walks here.
Yeah.
All the time. Come on. Sam, can we encourage? Come on. Yes. You know, when she walks here, this is absolutely so strange even to me. It's like as if they're replaying to me here from the spirit. Okay, that it's like as if she's talking as she's walking. It's like as if she walks along and the hands, and she's... The only way I can describe it, she's like reciting the same thing over. Can you give it a little bit clearer to me, more better, Sam? And I'll understand what this means. I feel she's also, this spirit lady, this nice lady, she seems to have a funny side to her, as if she's reciting, it's like words, and she's joyful about it, and it's as if like she's taking some kind of, the words it could be taken, I don't know, from a book or something, and she's reciting, but it's like as if she's going into like a character, a personality.
Right.
And it's like she's, I would put it this way, the interview, Angela, I'm getting here, to come with this here, it's like, I feel as if I could be on like a stage. This is weird.
So, are you picking up any connection with this lady in this particular grave? Now, you can't see what's written on this
No, I
gravestone
can't.
because it's pitch black.
No,
you can't see anything, can you?
No.
All
It's
right.
here. It's laden here, and you know, it's like as if she. Wow! It's the lady who I first talked about.
Yeah.
Come on, Sam, give me that again,
So
please.
it's the same lady that you first picked up
Yes.
upstairs?
Yes, and you know, I get this quite simply, Maria.
Maria. Okay.
And you know, this is her area. This is where she walks, where she's happy to be.
Why is she coming here?
I just feel as if she's got, the only way I can put it is feelings of fondness, rest.
Okay.
Fondness and rest.
Can you find out why she died?
I'll ask.
How she died, why she died, and we need to find that out.
Now, as you asked that question, Ivy, I felt as if the way it was as if everything just went dark on me. I'm taking the position of this lovely spirit soul. It's like... It's like as if this has happened quickly with her. It's happened quickly. at this moment, that's all I'm receiving is if it just went dark. Now, what does that mean, Sam? Okay, I feel in some manner, and this is only the psychic level, as if one moment she's like awake, alive, and then suddenly, rather quickly, she's gone so quickly. That could have been attributed to something that was a bodily function.
Okay.
And I don't feel foul about it. Do you understand me?
Okay.
For some reason.
You getting it?
She's saddened the way in which she did come over. She's so saddened. She's angry. But it is a controlled anger. Okay. There's blame coming through. Blaming. You'll have to open this up for me, Sam, please. Yes, a link is not as strong as what it should be. The blame. So she's not at total rest. That's right, yeah, okay. She can't be, okay.
Okay.
Is that because she won't talk to you? I feel she's not conversing with Sam adequately enough
To bring over the...
to bring over this.
Okay. This is her grave.
This is her
This
grave.
is her grave.
I just know that her energies are returning.
All
in
the time.
Yes.
All the time.
All the time.
Okay.
All the time.
And this is definitely a lady called Maria.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, David, he's picked up, and the fact that this lady is here all the time around the grave, and it's Maria, the same lady that was in the house that he picked up on earlier on. I don't know what you think of that, or our historians think of that in the hub.
Thank you, Yvette. Well, I'll be asking them in just a minute. But first of all, when our audience arrived here tonight, none of them thought that they might actually be taking part in the show. Well, 8 of them have already taken an active part with Derek and Yvette, but now they are on their own. Well, they're not quite on their own, because they also have David Wells and Kieran O'Keefe to help them to try and experiment in the Gothic Hall. So join us after the break to find out exactly what is happening. Welcome back to Most Haunted Live. So much has happened over the last couple of days, I cannot begin to tell you. And tonight, Derek has already connected with various spirits. Now, I want to pick up on this graveyard that we were at before the break, and this name, Maria. Derek right?
Derek is right. There is certainly a Maria that's buried in that graveyard. There's no doubt about it.
Who is she?
Maria Foote, and she was the wife of the 4th Earl. But it's not that grave.
It's not her grave, but she could have been there.
Yeah, of course. She might be underneath that one, for all we know.
Well, she's buried in the mound that's just away from the grave, and she was the wife of the 4th Earl. What's interesting is that the 4th Earl wouldn't let her out to the grounds. After their child died, he wouldn't let her out to the grounds, wouldn't let anyone into the grounds. So she would just wander the grounds. That was her domain.
Well, there's something very interesting in the fact that she was actually wandering around the graveyard muttering. She may well have been reciting lines, because remember, she was an actress.
Oh, fantastic. That's really good. I like that. I like that. And of course, the myth about it being someone else may be entirely spurious.
It might be, yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Really?
Yeah. Yeah,
and, but how accurate can we be about those myths? Are they literally things that are written down, or they...
Myths are oral tradition. They're collected, and every generation has its own interpretation of myths, its own version of myths.
And they're definitely both buried in that graveyard.
I love it. Thank you very much indeed for the moment, gentlemen. Right, it's time to move to our next location. Right, the guys have actually repositioned now to the shooting wall. It's one of the exterior walls of St Bartholomew's Church, within the grounds of the castle. Now, Oliver Cromwell is said to have used the castle as a stronghold, and Cromwell captured the royalist soldiers of Elveston Castle, where they were executed against the wall, and the musket ball marks are still visible in the wall today. There are tons of sightings of cavaliers wandering around the wall, but the question is, what will Derek, Yvette and the rest of the team pick up tonight?
Okay, well, we're here outside in the graveyard still, and we're standing behind a wall. Now, Derek, you don't know anything about this wall, but we're all intrigued to find out if you can give us more information about what sort of things have happened here. Jeff, how are you feeling so far with your time here with the investigative team?
I'm feeling fine. It's very spooky.
Yeah, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
You should have been inside. I'm telling you. So, Derek, as I say, are you picking anything up outside here?
Well, you know, we're in a graveyard, and yes, I get this rest and peace from the residual energy of, no doubt, souls who, you know, had to leave the physical life, but I'm also getting a lot of unease as well. A lot of unease.
Okay.
And that unease is not connected here.
Okay.
And yes, it's around us.
Okay.
It's like the walking souls of, well, there's a lot of discontentment in this area.
I want you to come up here and feel that there's some holes in this wall, and I want you to see if you can pick up on anything.
Oh, yeah. There was a lot, oh.
You all right? You all right?
Yeah. A lot of souls left very quickly, left the physical body. I feel down, and I feel, you know, there was a hopelessness, a feeling of not being able to do anything about this.
Who were they? Who were these people?
Infiltration. What? What's that mean? Okay. They're showing me soldiers. They're showing me soldiers. A large group of soldiers.
What era? What are they dressed in? What do they look
Come on.
like?
What's that? What I'm being seen? Oh. Okay. What are they, Sam? Round heads. The round heads. The round heads. They shouldn't have been here. They come in a group. They come on the horses. They came up the lane. They came up a lane. And they shouldn't have been here. And they lined people up. They got them. They got them. Yes? What? So, this is Cromwell's troops?
Mm-hmm. And they shot them here?
They shot the men here. They dropped. They went down.
Can you pick up on any names of the people that died here? Any names at all? Is that coming through? You're right.
Yeah. There was between 9 and 11 souls that dropped the bullet. Okay? 1646. They keep on giving me 1646, 1646, 1646. The May of 46.
That's when they died?
Yes. That's what that's what they're giving me.
Okay. Any names?
Some didn't even, they had to wait and suffer. They suffered. They weren't even hit. And they stood until they were hit. Oh. And some were wounded. They didn't come out of the physical body right away. And they finished them off.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh, the blood and everything.
Not nice. No. Okay.
Horrible.
All right. Okay. Well, what we're going to do now is we're going to come back to the hub. What is happening now is that we've got some guests that have actually come to Elveston Castle. They are actually in a séance at the moment. It has started with David Wells, and also Kieran O'Keefe is there with some technical equipment as well. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what happens to our audience members here that are in the castle. As I say, we are now going to come back to the hub. So it's, as I say, let's see what happens with the séance.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Yvette. Very quickly, Richards. Soldiers, Roundhead, 1646. Is this the Civil War?
Yes, it is, but I think, to be quite honest with you, I believe the Civil War was over by May 1646. It was a little earlier than that, but there was certainly Roundheads reported there. They attacked the castle, and I'm pretty sure that some of the Cavaliers would have been shot, probably up against the wall. So that's fact.
How easy is that to look up?
Well, I mean, it's historical fact. The Civil War is very well reported upon. So, and a lot of churches have the claim that royalists were shot against the walls, and vice versa as well.
Great stuff. Thank you very much indeed. Well, as you heard from Yvette, the séance will be taking place in just a few minutes' time. We'll be revealing more of the dark secrets from this very dark, shady past of the castle in just a few minutes. Do not go anywhere. Well, welcome back to this final part of Most Haunted Live on this night 3 of the largest live ghost hunt in the world. It has been a stunning 3 nights. Now, Julian, what can you tell us?
Well, the competition, what an incredible result we've had tonight. And in fact, in a minute, I'm going to give you the figures for Most Haunted Live Summer Solstice as well, for the number of calls and indeed texts we've had. Now, the competition was this. It was a text competition. Derek Acora has a spiritual guide. Is he called A, Sam, B, Ivy, or C, Steve? And our winners are, and the prize, just to remind you, if you've just joined us, where have you been? 6 pairs of tickets for the next Most Haunted Live in September. It's a secret location, but we know it's in September. The 6 winners not only get tickets, but they also get put up overnight to come and see the show. They get VIP treatment, they sit in the front row and so on. The winners are Christine Marcus from Liverpool, Julian Swinburne from Worcester, Ashley Hammond from Norfolk, well done Ashley, Sam Murdoch from Southampton, and Tracy Ellis from Cleveland. And on the line, hopefully, from North Wales is Mark Taylor. Hello, Mark.
Hello there.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Now, if you give me the right answer to this question, you're coming to the next Most Haunted Live. So, what's the answer, Derek's spiritual guide?
Oh, definitely, without a doubt, Sam.
I think you might be right. Give him a round of applause. You're coming in September.
My wife's jumping up and down.
So well done, Mark. We look forward to seeing you, mate.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, just before we say goodnight from Interactive, David, I have to tell you these figures, which are quite incredible. Over the last 3 nights, we've received 18 million hits on the website, which is the most we've ever had. Fantastic. And we've broken a record for the amount of texts, which has been, I can't believe this, we've had 55,000 texts over the last 3 days. From everyone on Interactive, thank you very much, David. Over to you.
Thank you very much. And of course, thanks for that, Julian. Not to forget, of course, that we've had millions of viewers as well at home as well. So thanks for all of you at home for watching. Now, we are going back to the castle to a séance. What I need to tell you about the séance is that it's going to be run tonight by David Wells and by Kieran O'Keefe. Also, Kieran went there earlier on today. He's checked out the area and he's very happy that there will be no interference from any external force, and he will be observing tonight as our independent adjudicator. Also, everyone who is taking part in the séance is very happy to do so. They've signed their lives away to say that they're very happy to be there, and they've confirmed that both with David Wells and with Kieran. And if at any time they want to leave the séance, if they feel distressed in any way, then of course they can leave. So let's go now straight over to the castle, to Kieran and the séance.
Sharing with you. Hello, David.
How's it going, Kieran?
Like you say, it's going great. At the moment, we're just standing here. I've set up lots of equipment, spectrograph, EMF, temperature readings all around the séance table. And David Wells has just been relaxing all the participants in the séance. They've got their...
Okay, anyone else getting any names? We've got John. Okay. Anyone else feeling anything on their bodies? Any sensations? What about energy? Forehead of the heart. Please make contact. Move the bell. Touch one of us. Okay, let's just move your hands, take your hands away for a second, and let's concentrate on the mirrors now. Let's do something else just to shift the energy. Okay, what I want you to do is first of all just wiggle your hands a bit and your feet, because we don't want you to, okay? Everybody back with us fully? Yeah? Okay. Right, just pick up the mirror. You need to take it off its stand. Careful, it just comes off there. Okay, some of you have got fixed stands, don't worry, just sort that out. Trying to break the mirror there. Okay, now what I want you to do is to hold it in front of your face. You might have to lower it a little bit so you can see, because you need to use the light from the candle. A dullish light is quite good for this. And I want you to stare into your own eyes, trying to blink as little as you possibly can, and fix that stare. Now remember, the eyes are the windows to the soul, and this is essentially what you're doing. You're contacting your own soul. What you're looking for is a change in your face. It'll give you a message. Could be yourself from a former life, or an image of a guide. Look only at your eyes. Don't look anywhere else in the mirror. Concentrate solely on your eyes. Look straight into the mirror, straight through the mirror really. Anyone getting anything? Any changes? Try not to concentrate on it. Don't stare if you know, like you're looking for something. It's kind of like, you know those 3D pictures you get? Stare through it, stare beyond it. Stare beyond the image. Sometimes this happens just for flash. Something unusual. Yeah? Just a flash. It's just like those 3D pictures, isn't it? And you look away, you've lost it. Yeah. Don't worry. Come back. What did you see?
The face just went very red.
Mm-hmm. Your own face? Does it still look like your own face?
No.
Good. You're a Taurus, aren't you?
Yes.
Okay. That's significant. Tell me what else you see around that face. Let's go with your intuition.
A moustache.
What?
A moustache.
Okay. All right. If you just put your mirrors down for me now, just put them flat if that's easier. Okay. You're just going to come out of the seance now. Pull your arms away. I'll withdraw the energy. And remember, everything stays in this room. Nothing will follow you home. Nothing can follow you home. The space is protected. Okay, everybody back with us? Everybody fully conscious? Yeah?
Everybody happy?
Everybody
okay?
content?
Yeah.
Everybody happy to leave it there? Okay,
It's been quite a unique seance because we've had transfiguration as well. We've got all of the meters hooked up, which means we're going to have a lot of analysis, see if anything came through while the seance was going on. Okay, we're actually going to go back to David now in the hub.
Lovely. Thank you very much indeed, Kieran. Thank you for doing that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is the climax of our 3 nights. Please will you welcome our investigation team, in particular, Yvette Fielding and Derek Okora. It is absolutely fantastic to see you back here on night 3, the end of our investigation. So much has happened, really. How did you feel, very quickly, how did you feel about tonight?
Very, very bizarre. The whole place is very strange. It deserves a thorough, sort of like a 24-hour constant surveillance. There's so many things went on there. People being touched, you know, the boxes that moved on their own, the EMF meter was going off. It's a really active place.
And what about you, Derek?
Well, the variety this evening was like a fever pitch in that castle, because there was such a mixture of differences, wasn't there? And those spirit people were trying hard.
Well, I thought the stuff you picked up was fantastic. Have a look at what happened tonight.
Maria, Maria, she's mine. She's a Stanhope, whether you like that or not. She's my good lady. Lady. What? I'm the father, and I will be the father of this child.
We've all been together, no one's been messing about, and those boxes were on top of this table here. There was nothing in the way here. They have been moved.
Somebody's grabbing it, eh?
You're all right. You're shaking like that.
I know, I'm sweating.
Oh, God.
It's all right, Debbie, it's okay.
Carl, where are you? Are you at the webcam, Carl? Carl, answer me back now. We've just had stuff thrown down from the steps.
We've just come out to make sure what was happening, then all of a sudden, and it was just being slowed. You're not just dropping down gently, you're just being slowed down.
Yeah, listen, did you hear that above again?
Yeah, what's been thrown on the floor? We don't know, there's just stones. Where? Can you see it? Bits of plaster on the floor. It's just come... Oh, sorry. Oh, whoa!
It's fantastic watching your faces as well. I just want to remind you of tonight. You know, you picked up Charles Stanmore, 1833, you said 43 years old. Our historians say that's true, although the age may be slightly wrong. And what was very interesting is that you talked a lot about his wife and about a child that he'd fathered. You also picked up this woman, Maria, that seemed to follow you around. And again, the historian said that that was absolutely accurate. But I also want to remind you of the last 2 nights, because it's great for me because I can actually look back at everything. You've picked up so much, Derek. You really have. John Flamstead's house, you picked up John. Do you remember the hatred for Edmund that he felt and the fact that he was a contemporary? You picked up at the silk mill those poor children who were tortured and beaten in that particular place. And you also picked up Elizabeth Payne, which is a figure that we couldn't have actually looked up. And yet a member of our audience, phoned in and said it is absolutely true. And of course in Derby Jail, you picked up Blythe Simpson, the jailer, William Marwood, the hangman, Turner and Ludlam, the Pendrick plotters. It's pretty good, Derek.
Fantastic.
Well, I thank Sam a lot. And also those spirit people.
What would you say to Matthew, who, you know, remains open-minded?
Matthew?
Quickly.
Oh, God.
Okay, I would just say, walk in the experience, enjoying the experience, and for all these spirit people wanting not to perform for us, but to show that they still exist, they still live on. Different atmosphere, different dimension, but still live on the same.
And those are the final words of tonight from Derek Okora, because that is the summer solstice until next year. And what a brilliant way it's been to celebrate it. From the spectre of the first astronomer royal, John Flamsteed, to the first actor-manager to play Dracula at the world premiere at the Grand Theatre here in Derby. We've had stories of violent executions, people being hanged, drawn and quartered, and the actual slab where this gruesome act took place. We also saw criminals being used for medical science, river ghosts, and for the first time on Most Haunted Live, extraterrestrials. So amazing stuff. Thank you to everyone, the many thousands of you at home who've joined us in this investigation. Also to unsuspecting members of our audience here in Derby who took part in those investigations as special guest investigators. And also thank you to our entire technical team, because without them we could not have made this extraordinary spectacle. Thank you also to Julian Clegg and the entire interactive team, our historians Richard Jones and Richard Felix. Matthew Smith has been fantastic. Our guest medium David Wells, our entire investigation unit, and a big thank you Yvette Fielding, Derek Okora, and thank you also to all of you here. You have been fantastic. Sleep tight until the next Most Haunted Live. It's coming to you in September from all of us. Good night.